In this little M4 video, your mentorship minute, we're going to talk about how to say no. Not easy, but given where you are and what you're doing in your day, I know there are times you're overworked and overwhelmed and your bandwidth is really tight and you don't have time to put more on your plate. Sometimes people want to give you more onto your plate, but they don't have any idea what you're already juggling. So it's important to keep your boundaries, and it's important that you take responsibility for what it is you're adding to your plate if you are not saying no. So one leader I worked with in this cohort was having some trouble with focus on a particular project that he desperately needed to put his attention on, but he kept getting pulled into other meetings because someone else has access to his calendar and kept putting things in there. So we talked about this, and in a little bit of dramatic fashion, we said, what if you don't attend the meeting? It's an in-person office space. What if you don't go and you ask someone to fill you in? Or what if you go and you say, I can only stay for 15 minutes. I'd like to hear the top line summary and share a thought, and then so-and-so is going to bring me up to speed after that. But I have a deadline I'm on. Period. Another way to say no is to say it's a little bit more of like an exchange. So you may not have to say no, but you can alert the person that you are at capacity. I can do that task for you. Is this something that's priority? And if yes, what should I push down to a lower priority? If you're speaking to your manager, what would you like me to push pause on that I'm working on to put this in priority, because I am really at capacity and I want to make sure that I'm delivering for you what you need. So you want to say that with the intention and the feeling that you want to serve them and service their need, but you also have only so many hours in the day. I was speaking with someone in one of our teams that I'm working with who was having that issue, just kept getting a lot of requests from multiple managers who had no sense of what was already on this person's plate. And so we discussed ways to help the other person see what would need to be exchanged. And another third option is to frankly say, I absolutely I'm at capacity. I am unable to do that for you right now. Can I help you find someone else who might be able to, or what might I be able to, what might I do to help find you a solution? Depending on who that person is and if they have authority over your workload, all these things are variable, of course, but there are ways to say no, and it is sometimes necessary, and the world will go on without you at those meetings, and you'll have to try it out. The leader I was sharing that storyline about with you a couple minutes back, he started not attending meetings, a few meetings, a specific type of meeting, and the world went on. And it wasn't perfect, but he was able to get back on track with this very deep work project. And in the end, everybody got used to it, and they updated him, and he sent his message points ahead of time, or, he began to draw some boundaries. So put your guardrails up on your time and your mental space and your capacity. And sometimes it is okay to say no. So let me know in your next session with me if you've said no recently, or if you need to say no, and we can talk about that together.